Friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I am sitting here in my craft room, and I have gathered some things to make some journaling cards out of book pages. And so I have gathered some things, like I said. So I was about to glue some things down. I thought I'd just go ahead and turn on the camera and show you what I'm doing. So I have ephemera here that I'm going through. We'll go through some more of that in a minute. And I already have a couple journal cards ready to glue down. So I have this little sewing book. And here is the part of the cover. I already cut the words off, and I thought this part would make a journaling card at some point. It has these words on the back. Yeah, well, it's copyright information. 1981, so it was a vintage book. See, this is the size of the page, and I thought these would be cool, or some of these would be cool. There's a lot here, but some of these would be cool to either use as pages, look at that, pages in the journal, or to make some larger journaling cards. So I kind of divided them up here. Let's see, this is some, I haven't gone through this pile yet, so I'm going to leave that there. But I have them a little bit divided up. Let me see what I have under here. So I pulled out some that stayed together, and then some that were already apart when I took the book out, like from previous crafting. I apparently took some apart, or maybe they just came out separate. I don't know, but like here's a single page, so this one could be a journaling card. And then there's a bunch here that I was glad they came out together. They're a really good size for a sewing pattern journal, because you know those aren't. Well, here's my cover right here that I'm working on, and you can see how it would be the perfect size for this journal, for a journal page. So I thought, well, this is perfect, because I didn't use these in the last one. I didn't, you know, I had several books out, and just, you know, I can't fit all the books into one journal. So I thought, let me get out some different books. This looks like a knitted sweater. Here's an embroidered tablecloth pattern here. So that's how it is. There's, you know, pictures. All of these pages are together here, so I'm going to keep those together. Even if of course, I'm not going to use them all in this journal, you know, so I'll have these pages, and I'll keep them together ready for whenever I need a page that has a sewing related theme on it. But a really neat little book. I found it at a thrift store. So let's put those to the side and just concentrate on finishing up these ones that I was about to glue down. Let's see. Yeah, this one we'll do in a minute. So I haven't started on this one yet, but I have started on these two. So this one I used some, you know how if you watched my video where we worked on the cover, and I used that side of the file folder that didn't have the score lines, and it was the bigger side, you know, without the dip from the tab and all that, or from the front of the file folder, that little dip that a lot of them have. So this was the other side. I thought, oh, perfect opportunity for me to use that other side, which is kind of a little smaller than the back. So that's what's on. That's what they're backed with. And I glued the page down. I picked the side that I liked the best. This has a little something there I need to cut off. But I picked the side I liked the best. And then I thought, let's decorate it a little bit, because, you know, it's okay, but it's a little, you know, it's kind of boring. So, and I don't know if I'm going to sew around them or not. I can decide that later. I might not. I glued it down with my permanent, you know, my new permanent glue that I love. The Scotch, I am loving using it. Scotch permanent glue stick. Now I see why people love it so much and use it. But here's a little piece of ephemera that I found that matches kind of like the colors, the turquoisey colors that are in these little pictures here. I thought I would glue that right there, and it looks very pretty just with that addition. So let's glue that down. I'm going to use, these are kind of like cardstock ephemera, so I'm going to use some, I'll just use some art glitter glue on here. Well, this one I'm going to call done after this. I didn't necessarily want to cover up what was on the page. I just wanted to add a little something to it to, you know, make it more interesting. So that's why I have several little pouches of my ephemera out here that we can look through for the third one. There's some little flowers on the top that can stick up just above the card here, and that's kind of cute. So I'm just centering this, and that adds a nice little touch to that kind of largish type journaling card. So super cute. I love it. I really love it. Okay, so there's one. And then this is the other one I was working on. I haven't glued anything down yet. But this one I thought was even more boring. This one I actually liked. Like, I felt like I didn't really have to add anything to this one. I liked the turquoisey colors. And the 4 pictures all had the color. But then I found that piece and it looked so pretty on there. But this one I thought, oh, I didn't even know if I was going to use it because I thought it was so boring. So I went ahead. You know, we don't like to waste things as junk journalers, whether we make them, use them, either or, both, whatever. We don't like to waste things. So, see, kind of pretty boring, I thought, with just the hands and all the hands are sewing. There is some color in this one, but anyway, I went ahead and glued it down onto the other piece of that file folder. So I used all of that file folder front, so I was happy about that. I have 2 fronts to use now because I'm working on my second journal, so I want to make some more of these. But for this one, I was pulling out pieces and putting them down and seeing how they looked, and I really liked how this one came together. And so this is a little kind of banner, or some people call these, if they're shorter, they call them flags. I mean, you could cut this and make it shorter, but I thought it looked cute right there. And especially in the kind of collage that I grouped it with. So let's just glue this down, glue this together, and let this one be done after we glue these down. You can see what it looks like again after everything's glued down. So I'm just gluing this over here to the side. Even though I'm covering up things, I think it's still, you get the idea, it was a sewing. This will mostly show here, the one with the color in it. So, and I was just experimenting with things, pulling things out, seeing what they look like, because this is, you know, a vintagey looking sewing book, so, you know, all of these things aren't going to look good on here, so I was kind of experimenting. I really liked these birds, and I thought this one was cute because of the way it's facing, and part of it could be here. Let's go ahead and place these down first. Another little banner or flag. And so, yeah, I just kind of layered these up like this. They have this flat part on the top, so I just put that on the top of the little card here that I made. And kind of layered those over each other in collage fashion, layering fashion, whatever. And then I put this, I didn't think I was going to, I mean, I liked it just like that. If the bird was glued down, that would look cute. But then I put this little leaf on here. I was like, oh, that kind of brings it all together with the colors in the bird and the leaf. So I thought, okay, this is really working out. Let me turn on the camera because I wasn't sure. You know, I knew I wanted to do this, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do it on camera or not, or how long it was going to take me to, you know, put things together here. So since it was coming together pretty quickly, so I thought, let me go ahead and turn on the camera. Thought y'all might enjoy seeing. You know, I never know what y'all have, and if you want to craft with me, or, you know, you just need some ideas, you know, it might spark an idea. That's what happens for me. I'm watching a video, and it's, you know, not necessarily everything is something I'm going to do, but, or I may not do anything. I mean, I usually don't do anything exactly as someone else does it, but it sparks an idea for something I have in my stash, like, oh, it's not even the same thing. I hope that makes sense. And if it happens to you, it does, because it's not even the same thing. It's just like, oh, you know, I have this, and I could do something like that with this other totally different thing, you know. So, yeah, it's always good to watch videos, even if it's something that you not necessarily, like, you're never going to do it, or whatever, something like that. Or maybe you're not necessarily, you know, like, maybe you're never going to make journal cards out of a sewing book, but something here might spark something for you in your mind to be able to use something in your stash in something totally different. It's a totally different way, but it sparks an idea, you know what I mean? So yeah, that is cute. Now I could sew around these, but I don't have to. I have this new glorious glue that I love. So there's another one. Okay, now this one we're going to do from scratch, and I have this ephemera that I have out of the pouch, and then I have 3 more pouches here. So apparently we're not going to need. Oh, do I have 2 pages here? No, just one. So what I'm doing with these is cutting off all of the white edge. That's why I have my paper cutter here. And so I'm just going to try to cut a straight line, and I'm just leaving a little kind of, barely a little white margin around and cutting most of it off. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just going around, and now one of them I kept cutting and cutting. I couldn't get a straight line even with my paper cutter. I'm like, what am I doing here? The first one was it the first one? Yeah, it was the first one. So, but I worked it out. As you can see, I used it still, and it came out totally cute, I think. But I don't need all this. I wanted them to be a little smaller. I didn't want them to be the whole page size necessarily. And so this is one way to make them smaller. See, I still have all of the stuff and the colors on the page, and let me see what's on the other side. I forgot to look before I cut it. Let's see, this side has some stitching here, and I haven't really, I think I like this side actually with the red and the green stitching. A little different from anything that I've already done too. So let's do this side. We're going to use this side. And let me get another file folder. So I have, oh, this is the other, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of like the front. Is it actually the front? Yeah. Goes like this, and the back is the bigger piece without the score lines. So this is a whole one here that I haven't started using yet. I just got to cut a few out because I want to make a few of these sewing journals. I'm on my second one, and I want to make at least one more. So this is the side I'm using for journaling cards. So, and I'm just using my Scotch permanent glue, my new glue that I love. Here it is. I'm going to be showing it all the time. Scotch permanent glue. I got to remember to, I haven't done it yet, but that video hasn't posted yet. Listed in put it into my Amazon list. You know, I am an Amazon affiliate, but the most I've ever made from that, I've said it once in a while, the most I've ever made I think is $11 in a whole year. So I don't get a lot of clicks on it, but you know, I don't really care about that. I mean, it would be nice if I made more, but what I do like to be able to share it, and that's a good way to share it, you know. So $11 is $11, you know. $11. At least I don't have to pay taxes on it because it's not very much money. That's always a good thing. Look at the positives, you know. I always look at the positives. Okay, so we're getting glue all over this. Oh, not to the bottom yet. I've been using this since the first one I've used. I've been using it quite a bit. Okay. I think I have glue all over now. So, and I'm keeping it from not putting it on the score lines. So I'm kind of putting it up here above the score lines on this file folder piece. I'm going to try to put it right on the edge so I don't have to cut that side. Alright, we kept the side we wanted. I didn't glue down the wrong side, yay. Okay, and I'll get that all nice and pressed down. And then we'll cut off the extra. Put the lid on here. Does it snap on? Kind of does. The lid is really tight. I noticed that. Like I had a hard time getting it off. When I opened it, I was like, trying to open it, I was like, wait a minute, do I need instructions to open this? I couldn't get it open. And I looked like, yeah, it's supposed to come off right there. So tugged at it and twisted and finally got it open. But that's good so it won't dry out, right? It has a nice tight lid that kind of snaps. It doesn't snap. It doesn't actually snap, but it kind of has a little something there where you know it's on really good. So, you know, it's not going to dry out. So, There's a nice piece for the next journaling card. Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting to use this because I was worried I was going to have all these, not worried, but you know what I mean, like, am I going to have all these half file folder pieces in my my scrap box. Okay, so this is what it comes out like now. You saw the other one, and here's another one, same size. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Oh, before we go any further, let me show you what I cut out two. I have another one. I keep losing these little things. But I cut out, I Mod Podged these little girls on one of the sewing patterns that had a rip in it, and then cut them out. So they're just sewing pattern. They're nothing else. I don't think I put anything on the back, did I? Let me think for a second. It might be, you know what? I think it is file folder on the back. I think I did put file folder on the back of these, and then I put Mod Podge over it. Yeah, that's right. That's what I did. I glued them down on the file folder with the whole pattern in it, but it had a big rip in it, so I knew I wasn't going to use it. But I did, it was kind of experimental, and I put Mod Podge on the file folder. Then I glued the front of the pattern, you know, just the front piece down, and then I cut out these little girls that were on there. But I did put a file folder pattern and Mod Podged them down, like used the Mod Podge as glue, and then put Mod Podge over the top of them. Let it dry, and then cut them out, fussy cut them. And so here's two of them. The other one's floating around here somewhere, but this was a little children's kind of apron pattern. See, they have little, I guess it's, I don't know, they have pants. This little toddler outfit has little kind of like bloomers or shorts. And this one has pants with it, this little outfit for this little girl. Super cute. So they're kind of like paper dolls. Came out kind of like paper dolls. So I'll use those at some point. I contemplating using them today, but I haven't found. Now I might use it on this one because her outfit kind of matches those orange. Interesting, right? Yeah, I like it. I like it. I didn't know if I wanted to use her on a page, you know, or on a journaling card. I have been rounding all the corners, so let's go ahead and do that. Then we'll look at the ephemera for a minute and see if we want to use any of the ephemera. Oh, these have been working out better if I turn it over like this. I think it's a little stiffer over here, and then on the other side you have the paper and the glue. See, it works so much better over here without the paper and the glue. I keep forgetting. I do the first one wrong on all of these, and then I turn it over. It's like, oh, let me do it over here. Okay, yeah, see, and then I have to cut a little snippet here off. It didn't get cut off. Okay, here we go. All right, now let's just see, because I don't want to just, I'm not going to do a bunch of these. I don't, you know, necessarily want to cut out a bunch of paper dolls, so I kind of want to go for my ephemera. See, that's upside down first. So this is a pile that I am not using, but I have this, these were all in this pouch here. So I have a little pile, I'm not using these, but this is a little pile that I could possibly use. So I put the two piles up there. That's how I'm kind of sorting it out. And this is the pile I haven't gone through yet. So like I like this little bird, another little bird, a little bright for this page with the color. And then I had this little good times label here. Piece of paper. So I got some butterflies there. I got a little paintbrush here. Doesn't have anything to do with sewing. I just thought it was cute. So I don't think I would use that. So I just been doing this. Oh, here's a little silver star. Like it's kind of like the teacher would give you a gold star. This is silver star. It came in the ephemera kit. These are supposed to be like little labels, I guess. Like you can put them down. This looks like ledger paper, and then you can write something or use them in a collage. So I don't know about that. Doesn't really strike me at the moment. Sweet summertime fun. I'm probably not going to use that. Memory. It's got to look kind of vintagey too, or something like the other one came together and it looks so cute. The other two. Oh, here's a little, this is a little kind of drilling spot almost. Can put somewhere to have a little drilling spot. There's the memory we put on there. Make today better than ever. That looks cute, doesn't it? Here's a little tag. This is cute. Thank you. A little frame. There's a bunch of frames in here. I probably wouldn't use on here. Probably wouldn't use this because it's pink. It says best friends. Now here's a little flag. This doesn't necessarily go, I don't think. I kind of like what we got going on here, but this is cute. Another little banner. This one has a point on it instead of like the flag. Oh, here's a little paintbrush. Super cute. Oh, I like that. Should we put a paintbrush on there? I kind of like that. It's funny how if you just try things out, like don't just assume it doesn't look good. Kind of try it out sometimes. Because sometimes like, you see me just putting things over there. I'm not trying them out, but sometimes when you try them out, you're surprised. Oh, that actually looks good. Here's a frame. I'm trying one out, but I still don't want to use it. Here's a leaf. Another leaf. I don't want to cover the stitching up, and I don't necessarily want to cover that stitching up, but I'm liking the way this is looking. So I don't necessarily need to look through all these things either. I just wanted to let you see what I'm doing here. Maybe answer a question. How do I pick things out? This is how I do it. Just kind of try them out. Hello to this day. See, that's a little bit, it's not the same color pink. And it just, you know, this looks so much better. You make today better. I like that a lot. There's another kind of, could be a writing spot, but I like this little kind of ledger or notebook paper looking piece here. So, oh, here's another one of these little floral kind of, like we did on this one. I like how this one kind of cascades down now. That one would look pretty on there too, though. So, possibility for a future one. Got a little heart here. That's adorable. I think I am just liking this one too much. What I got going on here already. Here's a pretty floral piece that could go on the top of one. And this pretty turquoisey butterfly. That would be pretty. Oh, a pretty flower. I'm not going to put it here because it's going to be overkill. I think it's good with that. Here's a pencil. What did it have in here? Paintbrush. A paint, like this paintbrush. And then this paintbrush. And then it has a pencil in here too. I like how this one goes from top to bottom though. It kind of really looks cool on there. Another leaf. Okay. I'm really liking this. I like that it added a little writing spot here in the front. And then it adds, then you have the whole back to write on too. So let's do it. Again, cardstock pieces, so we'll use Fabri-Tac. I mean, art glitter glue would be fine too. I might use art glitter glue on this piece though, because I don't want the Fabri-Tac oozing out from the sides, and this is a tiny thin piece here, and it would definitely probably try to do that, so we can just use some art glitter glue on here, and it's going to look super cute. I know it has nothing to do with sewing, but I don't care. It just looks really cute. Sometimes you just have to go with what looks good, right? That's what I do. Okay, so I think this was going to be, is this going to be overlapping, or I think this goes on first. A little notebook piece. Let's try, let's see how we like art glitter glue on this little piece, because it has these little pieces here. And I want those glued down because I don't want them getting caught and pulled up on from anything, putting it in and out of a pocket or anything. Those little kind of notched pieces there. So I'm just putting it over the middle right here where there's text. Okay, in between the pictures. And then, let's see how I want this. Do I want this on top of that, or I think I want it under a little bit. Yeah, that looks cute. Okay, so this piece will be next. I gotta make sure it's in the right spot though. Kind of right there at the top, tucked into as far this way as possible, so I don't cover up that stitchery there as much as possible. The art glitter glue is holding these down just fine, so I figured they would. I just, you know, go for the strongest glue, but then we had those kind of delicate areas where we didn't want the glue, any glue to be oozing out, so this art glitter glue is more controllable because it comes out in a much thinner stream, and it's a thinner glue, so it doesn't tend to cause any bulk or oozing out. Okay, and then this is going to go kind of like that. That is a pretty one. That is a pretty one. So I totally would have gone into the other pouches here if I needed to. That's why I got them out. And I actually, if I wouldn't have found anything, I would have used that little paper doll. But since I didn't find anything, since I did find something, I didn't use the paper doll. Okay, I'm kind of putting this over to the far side, and then trying not to cover up too much of this word here, memory. You make today better. We got a bunch of words, but I like it. I like it all together. The colors, the words, and there you go. Another one done. That's what I'm doing right now, making some large journal cards out of these pieces. Now I can take this to work probably. I just need to take some file folders, my ephemera, and some glue. Really, that's all I need. I have a paper cutter at work, and the office paper cutter, and I have scissors at work, so I don't have to take those. I need my corner rounder. Oh, and my glue. Yeah, I already said glue. Yeah, take my glue. All right, so I think this is going to be my lunch break craft this week, making some more, and I like that I can do these and not really have to sew them down. Worry about sewing them. And then they would look super cute with sewing around them, but you know, sometimes you have enough to sew and you don't need any more sewing projects, right? Because I got this whole stack of book page tags over there to sew right now, so saving myself a little sewing time. Sometimes that's nice. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed these kind of larger, they're not super large, but they're largish. I'll tell you the kind of basic size here of these real quick. 4 inches wide, just in case you have a book this size. You could do this with any book. You don't have to. Or a book page. Cut book pages down. Any book pages. 6.5 inches long. It's a nice size. And they will fit in a pocket, even in, pretty much any standard size or larger journal. So see, here's the journal, and here's, I don't have any pockets in here yet, really. Well, I do have this little tuck spot here. Let's see if it fits in here. Yeah, it would even fit in this one. There we go, see? It would fit right in there. Cute. Awesome. Fits right in there. No problemo. Okay, thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed that quick little craft with me and gave you some ideas for your whatever book pages you might want to use, and maybe you have some ephemera that you've purchased or made that you need to use up, some fussy cuts, whatever. Get them out, put them together, and make some cute largish journaling cards. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.